This is the carb off of my 51 Studebaker, and it was rebuilt in 2018, but it's all stuck together now. You gotta take it apart. Everything is stuck. Nothing moves. I always try to find screwdrivers that will fit exactly. Look at that. It's wrong hand thread. So righty-loosey. That's interesting. And then there's on the screw, there's a wave washer. There's no washer underneath it. There's your accelerator pump. Then what I'm going to do is take off all the screws that hold the top of the carburetor on. Top of the carburetor has 8 screws, and they're all the same length. Ew. Ew. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that thing. Wow. And the carburetor gasket's still good shape. But to get this off, you got to take off the float. And to get the float off, this one just pops right out. On my other one, I had to put a socket under here and then tap it down. So one side's got a serration. There's a serration right here, so that locks into this bracket here. Let's see, I forgot how that comes off. Got a split in it. That was not bad. Might use that one again. So anyway, then after you take this off, shake it, see if you can hear any gasoline in it. This one is really nice compared to this one. It's not so beautiful. I'm definitely going to use this one. Then you can take the gasket off. Beauty. That's a keeper. And take out the accelerator pump. This one's all gooped up. Oh, look. Got a spring on it. And it's got a felt washer on top. And a regular washer underneath that. It doesn't even smell like gasoline, it's so old. And then there's this thing. So anyway, to get this out, just get it unscrew it. I think it's a 1/2 inch wrench. Let's see if this will fit. Yes. It's not that tight anyway. The washer underneath, the part, fiber washer, the bracket, and another fiber washer. Looks like to get this thing out, you'd have to, it's got a crimp in it right here that holds it in. Been peened down. So it looks like you'd have to grind that out a little bit and then pull this off. But I think I'll leave it on because this goes down to the bottom of the carburetor and it doesn't do anything up here that I can tell. But I want to take these jets out first. Now my other carburetor body, this one was stuck in, so I thought I'll be smart and smack it, and it'll be easier to get out. But what I did was actually smashed where you put the screwdriver in, so then I had to hammer the screwdriver in so I could actually unscrew it, but it was still stuck. So what I did was, I have this stuff here that takes corrosion away, especially on aluminum, even though this might be zinc. I'm not sure if they're zinc, if they're aluminum. And you spray it on where you want to separate it, and it eats the corrosion off the aluminum. It's aluminum brightener. And then you can unscrew this stuff. So that's pretty cool. So this piece, and it had a ball bearing down there. Oh, I see it. It's still in there. So I'm gonna, there's also a spring in here. Same size spring is in here, the other one. I'll put my parts in that container there. Now there's a ball and a wire clip down in the bottom of this one that's holding the ball in, but this one here, pretty sure is a ball, so I'm going to dump this over. Oh, there it is. Ball bearing fell out. So there was a ball bearing in there. And I'm going to take this clip, and last time I took the clip out of the other one, it flew up. So I was able to get this out with a screwdriver, so it slightly unscrews. The big thing you don't want to lose. And there's a ball bearing underneath that. It's about, how big? Smaller than a pea, bigger than 1/8 of an inch. I can tell you exactly how big it is though. 1/87. What's that? 3/16 of an inch? How many millimeters? 4.75 millimeters. The other one that goes down that other hole is too small to measure. 3.16 millimeters, or 125. That's 1/8 inch. Sure don't seem like 1/8 inch, but that's what it says. Alright, then there's another one down here that's spring loaded. Kind of nice, all these things are kind of loose in here. This one's got a little piston and a spring in it, and I think it's where that nail goes from the other half of the carburetor. It sits down on this. It's a little valve. It's got a number on it. I'm going to separate the top from the base. And these screws are 2 different lengths. One of them is "1" and the other one is 6/85. That's 5/8 of an inch. So I want to knock that ball bearing out. So there's 4 that holds the main carburetor to the base. ink. Now here's the weird thing. These wires, it says they're in the idle circuit. It seems just so weird to even have them in there. Alright, so I'm going to take the idle mixture screws out. That's the ones on the side here. And you want to inspect these because they're tapered and they're brass. And if people screw them in too tight, then they get a wear on them, and then they're not going to be a good mixture setting device. And there's that other gasket here. If you want to try to save it, oop, ah, look at that. That's kind of hanging on there. I think I want to get a razor blade underneath there. Might have to. Oop, see that? That's nice. I'm going to save that one with the other one. And the one over here, not one over here. And I'm not going to take the throttle shafts out. All right. So that's pretty much dismantled. What's left on here is garbage. There's jets underneath here. And on the other one, there was copper washers. This one's probably got fiber washers, though. Nope, they're copper. The other video, there's an animated video that's really awesome on putting these together, but they do leave out the ball bearings. So there's a two-sided part here, and it unscrews, and then you could push these jet tubes through. And because after I sandblast it, I'm definitely going to want to take them out, and clean them. And then what I do is I physically put it in a pan of boiling water and boil the F out of it until all the dirt is gone. Carb dip is probably okay for some people, but for me, I'm a little too impatient. Alright, I used my needle nose pliers. I was able to unscrew one of these pieces. Can't use those, but I found these by Ace Hardware, made in Taiwan. Anyway, it fits down in there and it grabs very well the part, so I can unscrew it. Look at that. Everything gets clean with the wire brush. Now, I think those just push out. You know, it fit perfectly in there would be a drill bit. Sacrifice a drill bit. I found one. There's a number 31 drill bit. And when you set it in here, perfect fit. Wow, those are huge. Look at that. Look at that thing. Just have to make notation which way they're facing, though. So those are nice. Okay. The body's pretty much empty at this point. And the other thing that's in there that would be handy to get out is there's a screen right there. Looks like a clip holds it in. Ah! Holy moly! Look at that. There's a clip. Good luck getting that stuff back together. Now I've done it. And that screen. I wonder if I can get it out with a magnet. I bet it's brass though. And put it inside the Ziploc bag. Hello, Mr. Screen. That's got to be the float level screw. There's no gasket on it. I have to boil it on the stove to get any grit out or residue or whatever is in there. Oh, looks like a little sand in there. Yep, there's some sand right there. Tread. But that's it. That's why I boil my carburetors, to get most of the stuff out. The most stuff I can get out.